Hi, in this video we'll learn how to make a composition of the textures for different textures for printing in a Photoshop. So this is a reference, as you see, for your better understanding. There is like lots of different textures are there and in better position, so it look nice. And so I'm just open a new file to make the things to a new composition texture. So I can choose this size, or you can choose your printing size. Resolution should be 300 as is show in file new document before. Then I'm going to window and I'm taking the layer because I need the different textures to be placements like bring front and bring down. So we need this. Then I'm going to place all my textures. So I'm going my folder. These are I have different selection of the textures. So I'm just taking a one by one. So I'm taking this one. So I'm just scale that. Place command is used to make an anything or an image in a same document. So this is which I already made a new document. I just get there, then I right click and rasterize that, so you can able to editing after the placement. So I'm going to marquee tool, select that area, and I want to be delete this. So now Control D, or you can go for deselect from select menu. Then I'm again go for one by one textures placement over there. Control T, before that taking new, I just scale that and then select. Again I'm going to place another texture. I'm just giving the reference view as well as the placements. You can choose your placements also, but it should to be look nice. And when the all textures come to be in a same space with the different position, and so just go to right click and rasterize. After placement we do right click and rasterize the layer, just because to editing, if you need to be added, you need to be rasterized after place. So I go another one also, file and place command, another one, Control T, so you can scale that, you can rotate that, you can move that. So Control T is a transform shortcut. So I just place right positions, and because I don't need to be in a space in between or different textures. It has to be a slightly space over there. So right click and rasterize again. Then I go same as another one also. This is the right way to get the things one by one. So initially you can define the scale and then you have to come, so that's a better process. Otherwise you have to open directly in different windows. You can do drag and drop, you can do that also. If you don't want to be a place, you can just open other side folder and drag and drop inside the documents. But according to me, I'm just that's the right way. So you have to go file and place. So when you go one image to place, you can scale that, you can perfect the positions, and then final you go one by one. That's the right way. Otherwise you can choose drag and drop also. Right click and rasterize the layer, then go another. You can scale that. when you place automatically you can do the transform because the shortcut is active. Like when you place, you can scale that. You don't need to be press Ctrl T, but when you rasterize or you go for another select image, you have to go back and then you have to say the Ctrl T to get and select and scale that. And you have to rasterize again. Then I go same as to be place. There's a two command, as you see, place embed and place link. Link means like when you place something without embed, and on the same location, if the image is delete supposed to be and you save that file in PST, the same image will not see over there. So better you have to be place embed, so it's restore in your softwares. It's break the link from which source it's come. You can do enter and then right click. You have to be go marquee tool, so I have to just delete this. It's not mean and that what the size of texture you have to be scale and you have to fit that. No, you can do the crop, you can do the not cropping, you can do the selection with select marquee tool, or you can do polygon selection, something you want to delete that some of the area, you can do that for the better perceptions. And you have to be scale your image with shift and alt, so it's proportionally to be scale your image with all the sides get pixel get transformed, not to be scaled from one side. Please remember that, otherwise your image get to be distort or get the blur. If you want to be again scale that same image, so shift alt and drag from the side corner of the transform. In rare case you go for the corners left, right and top, otherwise prefer the corner any corner from left, top, bottom, right with shift and alt to be scaled that. Again place I want to be so I'm just choosing that. I'm just thinking also the card and the I'm just thinking about the colors ratios also, color shadings also, color tones also, so then it's look nice. I don't want to be some shades of the tones to be one side, some of the other sides. That's not look good. So better you have to think like tone has to be very well placed from all randomly placements. It's not to be one side, it's not me other sides, it's like randomly placed equally, then it look nice, because you see the multiple colors, multiple textures, when you some is looking the textures, your compositions, it has to be like random tones of the textures should be placed surround, not to be one side. Again I need another one. You can while you're scaling your texture ratio, inside the texture, inside the texture there is an image, so that content should not to be too much stretch, or should not to be too much scale. It has to be proportion. So that's why I told you shift and alt proportionally scale, otherwise inside your texture image the contents, repeating patterns, repeating form, it get to be unproportioned, so it's not look to be a nice. Don't worry about the size and all, but you have to be like, more preference of the texture content will not be in more scale or more stretch. It has to be in their proportion ratio, so it look nice. Now I'm just go delete that. Only just select and delete that before you have to select the layer of that content, so it's look nice. Because your texture tones, the texture, color shadings, color gradings, that should be a balance. That's why I told you the random placements, so it's give you the better view to the client of the texture compositions for printing. So all the like textures of image should be in high resolution, more than 1024 more than that. So while you one scale and then you have to come back rescale the image, not to be go for the more blur and distort. And again I'm repeating Shift and Alt before pressing Ctrl T. So when you press Ctrl T for transform tool active, then Shift and Alt from the corner you have to scale your image and get to be proportion image. Now I'm just going to save as file and save as. You can save as in JPEG or PSD in source file. So this is JPEG. So I hope you understood, guys. Thanks. If you have any queries, you can contact info@aonlinetraining.com. Thanks.